Get excited. This your main man, Mr. Versatile. Back off in this thing. It's the corporate hustle. Kicking it with you every single Saturday and making sure that you're up and at 'em and you turn that AM into PM. You done stopped eating your eggs. Now you're getting your cheeseburgers. Is that it right?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? No, hey, wait. It's Saturday, so they open. We good to go. Somebody bring me a lemonade. Anyways, man, hey, here on the Corporate Hustle, we want to let everybody know exactly what this thing means before we get it too far lost in the sauce, as they say. And I got my boys with me on the other side. The fellas is taking over today. I just want to let y'all ladies know. Y'all better get ready, because we coming with some force. Fellas, y'all better get ready, too, because it's time for the men to man up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Invasion.
It's an invasion.
Yeah.
An invasion. And on the other side, we got my boys. Fellas, go ahead and announce yourselves.
Y'all already know what time it is. It's your best friends from the West End. We are the HawgLife. I am. You better say it with your chest, man. I am the shocking one. Big Rob, the shocker. And you all know who I'm riding with, man. The guy that Dr. Seuss asked for advice to. He is...
Willie, yo, the genius. What it do, word? You already know what it is. We the dynamic duo from the world famous, man. I'm talking about the most dangerous podcast in the A-State.
The coldest podcast in the A-State.
Put your jackets on, because it's a little bit too chilly. You know what I'm
Too
saying?
chilly up in here, baby. You know
Big
what I'm
Rob, I
saying?
want to ask you a question, though.
Ask me that question, Cat
Are
Daddy.
you about that life?
I'm about that
Are
life.
you about
Come
that
on.
life?
We about that
Well,
life.
it's the HawgLife,
Come on.
baby.
Well, here we go,
HawgLife,
man. Back on the
baby.
Corporate Hustle, guys.
Yeah,
This is what we
it's
do.
the HawgLife, baby.
It's the Corporate Hustle. It's the HawgLife, man. We got way too much popping today. I want to give a big shout out to these fellas, bringing the energy, bringing the love, and shout out to what they're doing. If you guys haven't got a chance to check out the HawgLife podcast, make sure you do it. Fellas, real quick, let them know when that's coming on as well so they can tune in.
Season 2, May 4th. Going at it, baby. Facebook Live, YouTube. Beat us there.
Look,
Beat us there for you. Beat us
seasons
there.
like they Game of Thrones or something. You
check
got to wait on them.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, man.
We
That's
getting
how, that's
Well,
how
I
it
got
goes,
season
man.
1 locked down. If you want to go back and check out season 1, there's some really good episodes on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, super easy, super easy.
Uplifting.
Uplifting. And speaking of uplifting,
Yeah, man.
here on the Corporate Hustle, we got to tell you exactly what it means. Miss Shanika Parker Rash, you gonna help me out and tell?
I got you.
She got me. All right,
She got
fellas,
me.
I'm gonna see if y'all know what this means. Corporate means
Legal.
There she go.
I know.
She looked at him like, y'all don't know.
I know.
All right.
We all legal now.
She's quick on the draw with
We
that
all
one,
legal
man.
now.
And hustle means what?
Get it the way you get it, baby.
Get it
Go
the way to get it. See,
Go
we got
get it.
We close enough.
That's it.
But we gonna make it
Grind and
sound like
shine.
this though. My main man, Corey, the coach, just walked in. Let me see if he can help me out with this. Corey, corporate means. What's corporate mean?
Legal.
Legal. There we go. There we go.
Uh-oh.
All right, Corey, what you got? Let's see if you know this next one. And hustle means
Grind.
grind. It's
There we
simple
go.
as that.
Am
baby.
I right?
Get it.
Am
Get
I right?
it.
Correct. Give that man a
Already.
sticker. Hey, here on the Corporate Hustle, we want to make sure that every single week we give you guys a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation,
Come on, brother.
a
Come
little
on.
bit of education,
Come on, man.
and maybe you can wipe off that perspiration,
Wow.
no matter your situation.
Wow.
And we don't even care about your pigmentation.
Oh, man.
It goes down, man.
Y'all
We
get
just
my
want to.
collection plates out so we get
Yes,
off.
You
exactly.
got me waving my
exactly.
hand over here, brother.
Every single week, we want to make sure we give you guys some prevalent business information, some uplifting information that you guys can use, not only in your personal life, but in your business life. So everybody make sure today that you get your Bibles and you tune and check out Colossians 3:23. We're going to be coming to you from Colossians 3:23 today. And yeah, get excited because my man just walked in. This is a real friend right here, I must say.
That's what's up, man.
Not only from a business aspect, but you just got to know the brother, man. Like he's always there when you need him, and even when you don't, he's there, and that's the best part about it. He's not only building his life, he's building the lives of others. And I got to shout him out real quick from a personal level. You might have known him as Corey the Builder, but in the spirit of evolution, he's always changing. It's now Corey, the coach. Talk to me, Coach. Tell me what's up today. Just say good morning to the people real quick, man.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
Good morning,
How
our
you doing,
studio, lady, everybody. People
yeah.
out there
Oh,
listening,
yeah.
good morning to you. It's going to be an awesome one. Is it still morning?
You know what? It is not.
Good afternoon.
There we go.
There you go.
And that's my. I even told him to say good morning, didn't I? Look at me. There you go. Look at me. We living on West Coast time. It's all. It's 11 o'clock on the West Coast. We got people on like tuned in over there, so we good to go. Hey, guys, here on the Corporate Hustle, as always, we're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling. Now, I want to show y'all. Now, y'all had the HawgLife introduction, which was that was cool, right? Now, this is the Corporate Hustle introduction because we got my main man in the building. So we're gonna see if we can get this thing popped off real quick. Money Ma, you ready to do this thing real fast?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. They had a super dope introduction. So you got to, it was hot. It was hot. So we got to try and make up one on the spot. You ready, real quick?
I'm ready.
All right. This your main man, Mr. Versatile, live here with the Corporate Hustle. We got my guy.
Ma.
I like that. See,
Yeah.
it's calm. See, you gotta look at the calm before the storm.
Balance it out.
You
I like that. I like that.
I try to keep it level.
You got it,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
You got it.
Let me hear that one more time.
Do it one more time. One more time for the cataract.
Yo, what's your main man, Mr. Versatile, right here. We live with the Corporate Hustle. We got my main man.
Ma.
Boom.
Oh man, that's
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if people know, they recognize, they know who
Man.
he is. Like, you know what I mean?
That cat's so
But
cold. That's cold right there. When you go to Alaska, they'll put on a burn band. That's how
Right,
cold it was. That's cold.
That's
cold.
cool. So hey, check it out, everybody. Today we want to make sure that you guys get a chance to go out to the Puerto Ricans meet and greet, the Little Rock's first annual meet and greet, directly from Chicago, making history. We're gonna have Estrada in the building. That's gonna be going down. Oh, y'all didn't know I had that
that's
roll in
really
my
cool.
tongue.
That's
Estrada, y'all didn't know.
Somebody bet you
That's
got
when
it.
you get to land in Miami and Tampa, and see in Atlanta, it's a place called Buford Highway. We'll talk about that later.
Wow.
Needless to say, that's going down today, 12 to 6 p.m. at the River Market Pavilions. That's 400 President Clinton Avenue. Make sure you guys are in the building. Your boy's gonna be down there in about
You going
15.
down
I'm finna go down there and get my. I'm bringing
You going
everybody tacos. Needless to say, arts and crafts, fire
You
trucks,
won't be back.
selfie booth. It's gonna be so much
You
going
won't be
down.
back.
I probably won't. I'm
You
really
right.
enjoying way too much out there. But we're gonna have a blast. The Puerto Ricans Little Rock first annual meet and greet going down, like I say, directly from Chicago, making history. My man Estrada will be in the building.
Power road. That's what's up.
Hey, we're gonna take a quick break. It's your main man, Mr. Versatile. We got the fellas.
The HawgLife.
The HawgLife, baby. And formerly known as the coach, my good friend, excuse me, the builder. Now he is the coach.
Nothing's changed, by the way.
He's so calm. He's so calm. Guys, we got a lot of big stuff popping up. My main man Maul's in the building. Take us to break. It's the Corporate Hustle. We'll holla. All right, guys, we're back off in this thing. Now that we've all calmed down and we're all sitting in our pews and what, you like how I said that, right? It's time to get this thing serious, man. Hey, we are here with, like I say, a wonderful, very influential, very successful. I could use so many acronyms and adjectives to describe the brother, but I want you guys to just sit and vibe back for a second, man, as we talk with my man, Corey, the Coach Walker. What's up, big brother?
Man, always glad to be in the house. I'm loving it. Thank you for having me here today. We got some good things to talk about.
We do.
Yes,
we
sir.
do. And as always, man, I want to read the shirt because you're like the king of putting the shirts out and letting people know that you do what you.
Well,
So
this
what you
is-
got
this
on
one a
today?
little different.
All right, number one. Oh. For those of y'all that don't know, he's always wearing one of his business shirts, and he's normally rocking a blazer with it. So
That's what's up,
I'm like,
yeah.
yo, open the shirt, let me see what you got
Man,
on, right?
that's it, man.
Today,
That's it.
he got the blazer on again,
Yeah.
but it ain't no business shirt. It says number one rule is I'm always right.
That's
All
business.
That's
Damn,
business, though. That's business. I ain't mad at
That's
that.
business, man.
Corey,
Yes,
here's the
sir.
question we got, man. First of all, tell the people exactly who you are and what all it is that you do.
Man, that's a loaded question. How much time we got
very,
today?
very. For you, as much as we need.
Great.
Uh-oh.
Hey, glad y'all
Maybe I
here,
shouldn't have said
but
that.
We got you, man.
Oh,
Within the
We got you,
parameters
Within the
of time.
parameters of what we
Come
need.
on now.
Right,
Let's
right.
do it.
Like I told you, I'm just really kind of stepping into I'm stepping into my purpose. And, I've been public speaking and things like that probably since 1990. Yeah, about 1990. And, I have gone through some changes in my life, and I've had some good experiences and some bad experiences. And every experience that I've had has kind of brought me to this moment. And I've been looking for a way to get the word out, get the story out, and really just use what God has given me in order to impact the lives of others. And so I know that from a business standpoint, professional development is very important. But here's the thing, employees and people who work in business, they are people, and I think people forget that. And so I'm tackling the human side of being human.
Tackling the human side of being human.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff, man.
I got you. All right, so here's what I want to know. It's this new thing going around, guys. If y'all haven't heard about it, it's called Growth Spurt Enterprises.
Yes.
Growth Spurt Enterprises, LLC. First of all, tell us exactly how you came up with that concept and what exactly that is.
Well, growth is very important. I think everybody would agree with that in here. The moment you stop growing is the same moment you start dying. And people die a little bit every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've stopped growing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. And so with that in mind, it's kind of how I came to the idea of growth spurt, giving people an opportunity to grow again. Just kind of like kids, they reach a certain height. Mm-hmm. Did they go off to college or wherever and they come back and they're 4 inches taller?
Mm-hmm.
And you said, what
that
happened?
didn't happen for me.
They hit a growth spurt.
I stopped it.
You stopped.
I stopped it.
Stop
I had friends that did, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the concept is still the same.
That's real.
Symbolically,
That's real.
As humans, we have an incredible ability to start again.
Mm.
And that's what this is all about, helping people to grow all over again.
Every single day.
So it's like restarting your growth if you did stop somewhere. Huh?
Absolutely.
So how do you see your impact as far as the program, the concept, bringing that to people?
Great question, because initially when I started when I incorporated and got my website up and everything, my primary focus was businesses and organizations. Mm-hmm. Really just helping management with staff development, things of that nature, communication between staff and management, and all those things that are very important, really needed. People hate going to their jobs because they don't like the people.
Right.
They can deal with the job, but it's the people that they
If she
deal
say
with.
one more thing to me today.
Exactly.
And and they wondering, they sitting there looking like,
Exactly.
When I clock out, guess what?
guess what I'm gonna do?
I'm sight after
And
work.
your supervisor doesn't know how to write an email. He sounds in the email just like how he talks. He's like,
right, and then send that same email to everybody.
Yeah,
does he
right.
not
Yeah,
know that?
and so that was my initial target, if you would. But then I realized, professional development is good, but you still have to develop the person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm kind of tweaking a little bit as I evolve and grow myself, and really starting to focus on the personal development of professionals. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Because if you do personal development, you can develop any and everybody.
Right.
And then wherever they go, if they're a developer,
if they're a manager, if they're a
Exactly.
janitor or whatever,
Exactly.
that'll work across the board.
Across the board.
I get that.
Kind of give them the tools to have a sound foundation for wherever they go to continuously learn, continuously
Absolutely.
grow. Kind of
Yep.
reiterate them a little bit. That's what's up. You know what, man? When did you kind of learn about your gift? When did you discover this passion? When did it hit? When was it like, you know what? This is what I want to do.
Believe it or not, 9th grade.
9th grade.
Come on, I know,
Ninth grade.
I can feel it.
I ran for freshman class president.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first time really just, outside of giving speeches in church. That was my first time
Right.
really just talking to a large audience.
9th grade.
And so many things happen between now and then.
Right.
And it's amazing how your gift works, though. It does. If you run from it, it will chase you.
Say it again.
Right.
Say it again. I don't
If
think
you
they
run
caught
from
that.
It will chase you.
It'll get you.
It's the truth.
And
true.
I just decided to stop running.
Stop running.
Yeah.
You've been hearing it. You've been hearing that voice. It's gonna tell
Oh
you what
man!
you need to do.
Listen, 1996. I remember my 12th grade year. I tried to start my own business then. I called it Incline.
Okay.
Look
Going up.
Because I wanted to speak to the souls of people in hopes of helping to cause them to have an inclination in thinking and growth and empowerment. And Miss Woods, I never forget it. she told me to come speak, and this is my first paid gig.
Okay,
I
all
was,
right.
I was
12th grade.
I wasn't all right. You ain't heard the rest of the story.
Okay. Sound like we're going in the right
Yeah,
direction.
man, I get down there, and she's like, yeah, come speak to these youth. We got a whole bunch of youth. And, you know, I'm thinking youth like 12, 13, teenage, you know,
Right.
10. Man, it was like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Like 3 and
Like
4.
real
You
youth.
speak to the
Yeah, I
youth.
think somebody had on Pampers. Man,
Man,
that was
I don't know what
a
to tell 'em.
crazy experience. And
Sit down.
that ruined me for a few years.
Right,
but-
right, right.
Talking
But,
to the
but,
Goo
but
Goo
it was
Gaga
the beginning
camp.
of something great.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
That's important. Those things are important. As far as
I just want to say,
man,
from one president
Oh my goodness.
to another,
Right, it's in the house.
Barack Obama is here to say, Corey, you've done a great job. You recognized your passion at a young age.
boy,
I like the presentation,
he
man.
put it on there for real, didn't
He did.
Practicing that. That's good. That's good.
Now, and we're getting into this thing about personal development, you know, because you hear about it a lot. There's a lot of books, you know, and every bookstore is library full of them. We know them, but kind of give us your take on personal development, you know, on the ground level. Because, like you said, you walk into a business maybe, and you may have to do personal development with the managers, with the employees, even, you know, with just the whole concept of a business or whatnot. But not just businesses, but around. But kind of give us your take on personal development as far as how you see it.
Good question, or a good request, because you mentioned a couple things about
Right, I put
books.
a lot of it in there. Right?
Well, the thing about books and things of that nature, I mean, there's self-help, and then there's personal development.
Okay.
Then there's professional development.
Okay.
So I kind of break them up into different
I like
pieces.
how you break that up because
Yeah.
so much of like the self. I'm glad you broke that. Yeah, self help is an industry unto itself.
Yeah,
so, okay.
yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing. So you go to a job or you start working somewhere. You're a part of an organization, and they have training, right? Training is good.
In
'Cause
quotations.
Yeah. Because it'll help you for a specific time or a moment or a thing. Does that make sense?
Right.
But development creates growth. It causes
Say that
you-
again. Wait, say that again. That's very prevalent right there.
The development creates growth. And so when you're developing, you're continuously cultivating.
Right.
You know, you're watering, you're pruning.
Right. I got
You know, and you're inducing growth in a lot of cases. And when you talk about reading is good because you begin to think more, and you get ideas from other places,
Right.
ideas that you wouldn't get otherwise.
Right.
And if you actually try them, hey, you probably could change everything for
Right.
yourself.
Right.
But when you have somebody who can help you navigate and understand what it means to develop and understand what it means to actually behave a certain way in certain situations, then it kind of gives you more because you're not just reading a book now.
Right.
Now you're hearing stories of real life persons who've gone through certain things, and you're able to help coach them through those moments. And coaching is so important. You know, I do growth coaching, what
Growth
some
coaching.
people might call life coaching. But I call it growth coaching because, you know, when I'm working with people, and I hadn't even been charging people, so y'all better do it now.
Get in
Say, what you doing after this?
Put that
Right,
disclaimer.
right.
I ain't even
I'll
been
meet you at
charged.
Starbucks.
Which means I'm about to start charging.
Right. But you know, on the growth coaching end, my whole goal is to help a person come to their own realization.
Okay.
And when they do that, they're able to change whatever it is they want to change. But sometimes they need somebody to talk them through those moments and those instances and cause them to really think on a deeper level. And that keeps them from compromising. You know, people talk about compromise. You know, we got to compromise here, we got to compromise there. But when you're in a relationship, compromise isn't always the best thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think higher.
Okay.
You know, Stephen Covey says, come up with a third option.
Right.
Where you can win and I can win. We can
Win-win
all
situation.
win.
Win-win, right. Where's the
Win-win
win-wins?
situation. And so that's what, you know, the whole communication is about, the coaching is about, the development is about, and it's just helping people grow and get to the point to where they can think on a higher level.
Yeah,
That's
because,
what's up.
Because
That's
it's like
what's
if you say with a book or something, self-help, the book gives you these concepts, like you say, Stephen Covey. So when people know that the 7 habits, well, the 8 habits after they finish. But basically, you can put that book down. You know, the book ain't a coach or a mentor. The book, you know what I'm saying? You can read the book, know all the concepts. I can
But you still
reiterate
need some
all
kind of
what
help
the book
applying
said.
and
But
putting
then,
it how it
if-
reflects to your life.
One thing about having that, you know, what it sounds like you're saying is you're a coach and a mentor, but then what that does personally to a person is to hold them accountable.
It does.
Because once you witness something, it seems to be like, because I can be in my mind all day, well, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna start this business, got this concept, I wrote it down, and I'm gonna do it. But if I don't speak it out loud, you know what I'm saying, for you guys to hear and be like, oh, okay. So next time you see me, like, well, what's going on with that thing that you said that you was gonna do? You know, it's just inside. Nobody knows but me, so nobody knows whether I did it or not. And,
Right.
you know,
Well,
Gotta
check
have
this
that.
out.
Put your back against the wall.
Because I can actually work with married couples.
okay,
Now check this out. This is huge.
that's a tough area there, brother.
It is, but it's all the same because people are people, right?
Right.
Here's the deal. Behavior is predictable.
Mhm.
Most people don't know that.
Mhm.
So they just respond
Mhm.
a lot,
Right.
you know.
But you pretty much know what's gonna happen if you do this.
Well, behavior is
if it-
predictable.
Mhm.
And, you know, I went and I got certified in behavior-based communication.
Mhm.
And so the assessments and things that I use are very scientific, and you have to be certified or you will get sued using this type of stuff.
Right.
And one of the things about understanding about understanding behavior is that if you want a certain behavior, if you want a certain reaction, if you want a certain result,
Mhm.
you have to give a certain stimulus.
Right.
And if you don't give a certain stimulus based on how a person may respond to a certain thing, then you may not get the results you want. But if you know that, if you come to know that, then you can get a lot more positive results and you can create more and more win-win situations. And that's in marriages, and that's on the job, that's parent to child, that's anywhere there are people. And being able to utilize that type of communication can really help change the game for a lot of people in a lot of different situations where people's lives really are at stake. You know, you don't think about it, but when you're raising your children, guess what? Your children's lives are at stake.
That's true.
When you're married to your spouse, your marriage is at stake.
Right.
Right? And when you're on the job, if you can't communicate well, and if you can't function properly, guess what?
Your
job is at
right.
stake. So there's
You gotta
always
rely
something
on
at
it.
stake.
Mhm.
And there's a way for us to make it a win-win situation for all those involved if we understand the power of communication.
Okay. So is I know those are concepts and things that you understand and know, but these are the things that you incorporate in this Growth Spurt LLC thing that you do.
Absolutely.
Now, because we're talking about businesses and organizations, and just like you brought up family and relationships and things like that. Do you deal with all of those within this particular business or,
Absolutely.
or idea?
Businesses, organizations, husbands, wives, churches, families. Now, I'm not a counselor. Now, let's make that clear distinction. I'm not a counselor. But my certification allows me to help people communicate on a higher level. And if they can communicate on a higher level, they can solve more problems. They can prevent problems. They can cause things to move forward instead of backwards.
Right.
And they can just change everything about their experience.
And that's important. The fact that you say that, you know, it's all about the development, because development in itself it seems to connote that you're gonna go from a lower state to a higher state, or to be able to, you know, you don't devolve, and you know, you don't want to be worse when after we're done talking to you. So a big thing is, like, how do people get in contact with you? What is a way to reach you? Are you online? Are you on your social media, or how does that work?
Absolutely. So my handle on Facebook is Corey, Cory. There's no E in Corey.
Okay.
C-O-R-Y, the coach.
He said that definitively. There's no E in Corey.
I had to let him know.
We only got one vowel.
Right. And that's for me. Ain't no C, ain't no E in my Corey.
Right.
No.
One
You know
vowel.
what I'm saying?
Like this.
We got
And the
O and Y.
other
That's
Corey's
all we
out
got.
there, man. Why he hating on me?
I like that word.
Mama didn't
we got
put the
two
E in
vowels.
mine.
Why you put the in mine?
If he came up where we from, they wouldn't call him Corey.
What's
They'd
it?
call him Corey.
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 You know Corey.
Well, you know, I am from College Station. So
We from Arkansas. We from Brinkley.
That's
Corey.
Corey.
He said, yeah.
Corey.
That's Aaron, cuz.
But I got a question I want to ask.
Aaron.
I got a question I want to ask and piggyback off what you're saying because I am a counselor. I'm a licensed counselor for 18 years. Now you do life coaching. That's what you do.
You do growth coaching.
Growth coaching.
Growth coaching.
I like the sound of that because we talk every time on the podcast. We always say life is about growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you're not growing or progressing, you regressing. Regressing turns to death. You can't go backwards too far.
That's
You
right.
death. When you have a situation or a certain, I'll say a certain constituent, let's put it like that, they've been grieving for a period of time. What are some of the attributes that you give to them? Because I know that could be, research growth coach. Y'all get them in all phases, right? You get them in all shapes and phases. So, what put you in that? Like, what brought you to this point of being a growth coach? Because you've been doing a lot of stuff for years, man. So, what brought you to this point now, this situation now?
Well, like I said earlier, man, I just really stopped running.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, long story short, a few years ago, we moved back to Arkansas from Texas. And, you know, I really wanted to get into what I've always wanted to do. See, I was discouraged from this kind of stuff a long time ago.
Wow.
And I really wanted to get back into it, or get into it on a higher level. Because I've been doing it for different organizations. Like where I would work, you know, they would take full advantage of this gift because they would pay me and I could use it to do my job well.
Don't we talk about that a lot?
All the time, man.
Man, you better say that again, brother.
Yeah. And so, but here's the deal, though. When I came back to Arkansas, I was looking for employment, and I found the job that will allow me to do professional development training, staff development. And I said, hey, that's right up my alley. That's where I want to go. Now, I was having a hard time finding jobs because Arkansas just really wasn't on that level where I can go online and find anything like I could in Texas, you know.
Right.
But I did find some things, and I was using different portals, Monster, Indeed, stuff like that. And here's the deal. One day I just kind of woke up and I said, you know what? I want to operate in my gift. If I'm going to work, I want to operate in my gift. So I went out and I deleted and removed all of my applications except for one. And it was the one to become a staff development coordinator where I can speak and where I can train and where I can, you know, speak life into the lives of people.
Right.
And I said, I'm stepping out on complete faith.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the one.
That's it.
And boom. That's how.
That's it,
But nothing was happening until I went back and deleted all those other applications
Well,
out there.
because you had to go on and what you had to do is burn your boats.
Yeah.
So there's no
Well,
way.
again, I stopped running.
I was
Right,
gonna say
that's
also
not right.
because he still had the wings on his feet, man.
That's right.
And I wanted to just for a second, I wanted to touch on that too because I can relate directly to that because I was in that same boat. But when you were going through everything that you were trying, everything you were doing, it was just something that didn't quite feel right about it, and it never quite worked the way I thought it was supposed to work.
Right.
And I'm sure you kind
I've
of
been
going through
there.
that same thing,
I've
right?
been there.
But once the running stopped,
Right.
Yeah.
And you already know in the back of your head, in the back of your mind.
in the back
what
of my
you're
mind,
supposed
I
to
already
do.
know what I'm supposed to be.
Right.
I already know what I'm
Right.
supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? But man,
I love that story.
yeah. I'm
Love
sitting
the
here and I'm
story.
listening to your story.
Yeah.
Man,
That's a good thing.
It's compelling.
And the things you guys are talking about, because I know you guys have a podcast, like all the things that we do, like we all in this same boat.
Yeah.
Believe me,
Right.
because I'm in the industry with our work, the stuff that I do, the people I deal with. I always find myself being a coach or a mentor to people, and kind of a broker of communication, because what winds up happening, like it's, you know, four of us sitting here around the mic, but you know how sometimes like I could say something to one of you and the way I say it or how you hear it may not be what was meant to be. The third person sitting there see the whole thing.
The whole picture.
Hold on. What he's saying was, but you took it this way.
Yeah.
So I work in like entertainment and stuff like that, where people have these egos and different stuff, and you always have to be like, hold on, man, that ain't what he was saying.
Right.
I mean, and like I've had, like you say, I've had that gift from the playground. Like I've been doing that since I was a little kid.
Right.
But and through high school and in college and everywhere. But I call myself this over here. I'm a DJ or a producer, whatever you want to call it. I do this stuff. I work for radio stations. I do this stuff. But the main job, even in that industry, what I do is communication. So, but I take it to another
communication
concept
is everything.
on the one-to-one level, because everything that you're saying, like especially like you guys who are counselors and mentors to people and relationships, you have to be that outside eye or ear to be like, hold on, get your feelings. My thing is, I was like, got your feelings. Like the emotion of so many situations.
Well, don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal.
Because so much of it is, because it is emotional. I can't say it's not. Somebody tell you, man, this is what you need to be doing. And I tell my kids this. I talk to my wife about this. Like the worst thing you could ever tell somebody is what they need to do. And especially if it's somebody who
Well, it depends.
It
depends. Sometimes you need to tell somebody what they need to do.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying from the perspective of that person, because a lot of times they shut down. Like, hey man, you need to be doing this. You need to be, and it's like, man, I they don't want to hear it, even though they listening and they gonna walk off
and they gonna that whole predictability
behavior,
comes into place. What I was talking about.
Right.
Sometimes, and you're right about that. Sometimes we should ask questions,
more
so than talking and telling.
Because what's gonna happen? Because our, going to egos and ids and all that stuff, but it's you telling me is not gonna make me do it, even though I agree with you. And I that's those barbershop conversations. You know what I'm saying?
In the barbershop conversations, you got them off the wall.
Right.
When I got into this back in 2000, I was always trained. We had older guys who train us. Take the need out of it.
Right.
It's a way you serve a plate of food.
Right.
A steak looks so much better on a plate than it does on a napkin.
Right.
When I would always deliver and then I was blessed to be a school teacher too.
Right, right.
You got to learn how to be able to, instead of you need to learn how to control your anger. It will behoove you to be better at working on your anger.
Right.
So you got to learn how to set it.
You get exactly what I'm saying.
There you go, baby.
It's all about how you say it. And
That's right.
And what all of us do, obviously, is very rewarding work. And I think at the end of the day, when you see a person go from A to even if it's just J.
Right.
They ain't made it to
That's
Z
somewhere.
yet.
They made it to Z yet.
They
That's
made
somewhere.
it. They go from A to J.
That's
progress.
It's
progress.
the most heartfelt.
Yeah, man.
It's gratifying.
And you know
It really
that
is.
you've taken what you have, and you what the words say. You're blessed to be a blessing.
There you
right.
go. There you go.
That's when you know you've lived that moment. You've used your gift, your talent, your whatever, and you blessed somebody else. And I look at some of the people that I've been really blessed to help, and it only take a moment.
Yeah, that's it.
One moment could change everything. Right now, there are people that I watch that we've had a moment, and they're running businesses, they're successful, and they're helping hundreds of people, and they're doing some amazing things. And you can sit back and go like, wow.
Yeah.
I was there.
I remember
that. We had that moment, and now that seed has planted other seeds.
That's cultivated. That's right.
And it's creating a continual growth pattern, and that's what we need. We need that more so now today.
But you said the key thing to it is to use the talents that God gave you and be a blessing to others with it.
That's true. Use that gift. All right. Well, cool. We're gonna take a quick little break, but Corey, before we get out of here, give people your information, how to get in contact with you, and how to get this gift from you.
Yeah. All right. So again, that's Corey the Coach Walker. That's on Facebook. I do have a website that's up. It's up now, but it will be changing soon. But if you go to CoreyTheCoach.com, you'll see the website pop up. It will pop up as Growth Spurt Enterprises LLC. So that's what I'm saying. Because I operate under the auspice of Growth Spurt LLC.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you'll see that there. My telephone number is area code 501-487-1842. Let me call that back one more time. 501-487-1842. I'm available. Shoot me an email as well at Corey@CoreyTheCoach.com. Corey@CoreyTheCoach.com.
Corey with
Remember,
no E.
there's only one vowel in there.
No E. You got
no
got an
E.
O and Y. That's all you got, y'all. Corey.
No E, y'all.
Oh, man.
All right, well,
Corey.
we'll be right back in a sec. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll do some things. We got some corporate hustle classroom stuff, and, of course, we'll catch Mr. Versatile out and about at the Puerto Rican thing that's going on. Right back with the corporate hustle. Hey, man, we back with the corporate hustle, man. You know how we do it on a beautiful Saturday today, man. And, guys, it's me, Money Marl, in the building, and, of course, my man, Mr. Versatile, has gone down to the Puerto Rican, what is it called? The Puerto Rican meet and greet. And he's going to be calling in live, giving us the action on what's going on down there. It's at the River Market. So if you're in the area, make sure you stop through. I'm sure it's a big party going on down there, man. I don't know how he got the assignment to go down there. I could have went. I was already. It's all good. Anyway, guys, we just got through talking to Corey, the coach, with one E. And no E.
No E.
No, you got me saying one E.
He just
No,
got
look,
O and Y.
Look, he agreed
No.
with me.
He
Yeah,
got
one
O and
E.
Y. That's
Yeah,
it.
right? Yeah, I mean, no E. I'm sorry.
Be careful who you follow. Be careful about who you follow around here.
Behavior is predictable. Okay. In the studio live, I know Mr. Versatile introduced these guys from the HawgLife podcast.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Willie O, the genius.
Willie O.
Yeah, and I'm shocking one. Big Rob the Shocker.
All right, Big Rob the Shocker.
The Shocker.
Hey,
Work on my name, man.
Yeah.
No, you actually got
No, you got
man.
yours,
right.
You got a good one, man.
Hey, we cannot fade.
We
no
cannot
E.
fade your name, man. That's
They
when you can walk down the street with two vowels.
Right.
The world knows you, man.
You know,
That's Corey.
they come in like old school rappers.
Yeah, we do
Big-
look like retired rappers.
Big
don't we?
old.
And it's so funny because we got our start. He was a rapper back in the day.
I can tell.
He was.
I can
man.
tell.
He was,
I'm
man.
looking at I'm one too.
It's so funny.
I thought that, though.
God damn, man. I thought that.
I
Yeah.
know me, dog.
I say he like to rap, DJ and producer.
DJ,
all
that.
Producer, DJ.
Yeah.
I just called it.
I love
so
it,
it's all
man.
good, man. But yeah, hey, welcome to the studio.
Thank
welcome to
you,
the
man.
corporate
Thank you,
hustle,
man.
man.
God bless y'all. Thank you. Man.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the HawgLife, like what you guys do, and what is the podcast all about?
Man, we got a podcast when this brother and I got together 7 years ago. God gave us a vision on how can we make everyday working people feel like A-listers.
Okay.
In order to go on a Breakfast Club, you got to sell records or be on TMZ or something
Right.
like that. But
You don't just show up.
we got teachers and life coach and all that's doing major things in the world that get no shine.
Right.
So God put this image in my mind and put him with it. We sat down on the street corner of Cheney and Elm Street in
Okay.
Brinkley, Arkansas.
Okay.
And we want to have a podcast, and we call it the Platform of Profound Positivity.
Okay,
That's what
I
we
like
got,
that.
man.
I
That's
like
it.
that.
So God has been moving this thing, and we're grateful, man, and meeting new people, and it's just been flourishing, man. It really has.
So you guys been doing the podcast for 7 years?
No.
No, it was 7 years ago that
That
we had
the concept
the
came.
concept came together.
Uh-huh.
And when he said Cheney and Elm Street, he really talking about a corner where we grew up as kids.
Uh-huh.
My
In
grandmother
Brinkley.
stayed across the street from
Right.
each other. My grandmother, his great grandmother,
Okay.
stayed across the street from each other.
Okay.
They were the neighborhood watch.
Right. Make
Right,
sure.
right. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Man,
you.
whose van is that?
Right.
That van don't belong down here.
I don't know, Sarah, but it sure don't look familiar.
Where that van come from?
They said that
it
man
look
look
familiar.
pretty peculiar.
Peculiar.
So, so it started from that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So fast forward 7 years later,
Mhm.
and now we get ready to start season 2 of the podcast. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and it's been a real blessing, man. It's been we came into it with the thought of being a blessing to others, but it turned around and it was a real big blessing to us.
Right.
Because one of my fondest memories was we encountered a person with ALS.
Yeah.
And that was
Okay.
the first time in my life
Okay.
encountering a person with that for real, and to see how they lived and how they moved, and in the toughest of situations, to always remember God first.
God first,
Right.
that's right.
You know,
that's
and
right.
so that was enlightening for me.
So it's kind of like, I guess you say you were a school teacher, and you come with the education, but I'm sure you learn a lot from the kids.
Ooh,
Right.
even now they're
Right.
teaching us now. So,
Right, I believe that. I
and
believe that.
it's been a ride.
It's been a ride,
It's
man.
been a ride. A lot of people don't understand this podcast was not easy to get started.
I
It was
believe that.
not.
I believe that.
But man, we stayed with the dream, the focus, man, and now every week we see God doing something different for us, moving it, incorporating it. So
Well, it's kind of like you guys previewed that earlier. We talked about like not running from it,
right. And like when
all
he
this
said
type of
that,
stuff.
I saw him move.
He hit the nail on
He
the
hit
head when
it,
he said,
yeah.
"I'm doing my purpose."
Right,
So
right. I get that because, like I said,
Yeah.
you've been that same dude
Coach.
from 9th grade,
Yeah.
right?
Coach, I'm talking about the same age, coach, man. Look.
You know.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
that's a good thing, man. So you say you guys, so do you give us a little concept? I mean, like kind of a sample of what goes on. Is it like, you just pick up people on the street? Is a great idea. Like, hey,
Come on in and do the
Come on in,
man. So what's up with you? What's your story?
What's your story, man? Now we actually we go out and see people doing things in the community. For example, we got Shanika Parker Rash.
Oh,
she
yeah.
came on.
Shanika Parker Rash?
Yeah,
She was on y'all show?
She was on our show, man. She's one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, yeah.
too.
She's a very entertaining
so
person.
knowledgeable. Oh, my
she's
God.
very
So
indeed.
knowledgeable,
She knows
man.
a lot. And,
Yeah.
and I like her personality.
Right,
Yeah,
and that's how we get. We get people from the barbershop, and because our podcast is mobile.
Okay.
We go everywhere.
Right, so you take the podcast,
Yeah.
we can show up and
We
do it
done
like that.
our first live show at a church.
Okay.
We honored, as a matter of fact, the preacher who actually motivated us to do this had a heart transplant.
Okay.
And he was our first live show in the back of the church.
The back of the church.
Oh yeah.
Most hypest show we did.
I believe
It
that.
was so
I
nice.
swear
Man.
that. So was that in Brinkley?
It was in Brinkley.
It was in Brinkley?
It was
Okay,
in Brinkley.
okay.
And we've been all over, man. We got shows lined up in Chicago. We got shows lined up in, I think we got one in Memphis coming up this year.
Yeah.
Like it done reached out like wildfire now.
That's a good thing,
Yeah,
man.
May the 11th, we got Brinkley Day coming
Brinkley
up.
Day, yes
Okay.
sir.
May the 11th.
Brinkley Day.
May the 11th.
That's gonna be an engagement of everybody from past, present, and future coming to Brinkley and just
But for our people.
yeah, for our people.
So is that something that's something that's been going on in Brinkley
For
for
like
some
the last
years?
3 years
Yeah.
or so.
Okay,
For
so
like last
in
3
Brinkley.
years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, man.
Yeah,
So
so-
I mean, again, because I know nowadays, like a lot of towns and neighborhoods are having their day
Right.
to bring people out, and,
Right.
and that's a good thing with
It
us
is, man.
because 20 years ago, I don't think that really happened, but now, like around here in Little Rock, you got Southside Day.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
heard about that.
yeah, I
You got
heard
everybody.
about
I
that,
mean,
yeah.
College Station. Everybody got
East
their
End Day and
celebrations,
all that,
and,
yeah.
and-
Oh, yeah.
and that's a
My
good
mama
community
started
thing.
that one.
Oh, the College Station.
What?
Homecoming.
Oh, word.
Homecoming to college?
Over what? This will be the 41st year.
Yeah. Okay.
My mother started that back in.
Oh, okay.
19 Y'all do the math on that.
Yeah.
41 years ago.
41 years
41 years ago. That's the math right there.
That's
41 years ago.
Close enough. What, about 78.
Still the largest 4th of July parade in the state.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Okay. I didn't
Dope.
know that. I didn't know that, man.
Dope.
I know a lot of places have them though, so that's a good thing, man. So you guys cover that kind of stuff live.
Live.
and-
Yeah, we'll cover it live, man.
Okay. Okay.
We've done. We've sat down and interviewed comedians,
Yeah, comedians.
authors. Of course, Shanika, real estate agents.
Real estate
You know what I'm saying?
agent,
It don't- any walk of life is.
Right.
If you're doing something that's going to impact the community in a positive way, we want to sit down
wanna
and
sit down
talk
and
to
talk
I think that's important. What I think is that
from
like
any
you,
walk of life.
like you said, the celebrities, superstars, you get all this attention because somebody saw you walk to the mailbox with
Right.
your shirt off, and
Right.
that's a
Boom.
big
He done
story.
blew up now.
Yeah, right, and all this stuff. But there's everyday people doing things that can
yeah.
impact.
Right.
Because just like, and I put like you guys, you see somebody doing something, it's easier for you to say, I mean, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's, well, dude got a wife, kids, and a job, and I keep saying I can't do it because I don't have time. It's like, well, he's doing it. And what I like about what you said, like you spoke with somebody with ALS,
right?
And you hear about it, but when you're up close and personal with something like that, you really get to see how their life is impacted and how that impacts others, because I'll complain about like my knee or my ankle hurting or something, then I'll see somebody like with an amputated leg, and they just getting on doing what they're doing, and I'm like, man, shut up.
We complain about that.
Shut up. So you have to show those things.
Yeah, like be throwing ibuprofens in me because I got gout and I done had a steak burger.
That's your fault.
Yeah, right. That's your fault. Yeah,
that's your fault.
And your arthritis kicking up, man.
My gout
flat up.
But it sounds like you guys, have a sense of humor with things and make it fun as well.
And then we wanna actually shed a positive light on the state of Arkansas.
That's right.
Right, I got you.
Because Arkansas been overlooked for way too long.
Right.
The
South in general and Arkansas in particular has.
I can vouch for Arkansas.
Yeah, and the thing, and like I said, I've been in entertainment and stuff for years, and how people always say, man, when Arkansas gonna blow up? When
it's been blowing up.
I'm like, dude, you got Johnny Cash and
Al Green,
you could just go down the list of people from Arkansas. Like, your situation needs to come a little more closer to you, personal, on how maybe I can blow.
Like he just said, in our hometown, we friends with Billy Soul Bonds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brinkley got a lot of
legendary
blues.
Mr. Scat Cat.
Mr.
Scat Cat himself.
We got him.
Yeah, we got him, man.
They from down there, man.
Oh, a lot of Brinkley.
I've been up y'all's concept though. That's remarkable.
And so, what is it now? How you spell HawgLife? It's like
HawgWG.
HawgWG Life.
The HawgLife.
HawgLife.
Baby.
Look, that's y'all's logo. And that sound like Arkansas.
It don't it?
That sound like Brinkley.
Exactly.
Does the name itself have a meaning, or
we big guys?
Okay.
And we just two big guys.
Two big guys that want to sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And our favorite part of the show, man, we got a segment called Bless the Guest. Mm-hmm. We feel if anyone comes and sit down and talk to us, let us bless you. And we gift them with gift cards, flowers. We've done a lot of things. Cakes. We had one guy come on, Unbelieving. He got his shirt on, Raymond Brock. And he came on during his wedding anniversary. Mm-hmm. So we went and got him an anniversary cake.
Okay.
For coming on, and that's what we do. We
for
see
Humble Living. I saw that shirt.
Yeah,
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah,
that's a real cool brother.
Yeah, and it's two more hogs also. We got our brother J. Rob the Bully Hog.
Okay.
That's Joe Roberts.
Bully Hog, man.
We got
the smallest one that's
smallest one that's stocked up. Yeah. We got Shannon Mocha Latte. That's the baby sis hog. That's the nephew hog you see right over there, the videographer. And then we got our tech guy, the angry hog. That's Marcus Tucker. So we made it a family.
So we got a full team, man.
Angry hog. Oh man. Y'all like the Smurfs.
Yeah.
Take your personality.
Y'all remember the Littles?
The Littles,
yeah. Dinky Little and all them. That's us now. That's us.
You old, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Old.
I'm too old, man.
The Littles.
I'm so old. I remember gas was free. When gas was free.
Yeah,
I'm an old boy.
Now you gotta pay for it.
You pay to get your oil changed. Gas is free.
You pull up at it, ding ding. They knew what self-serve. Come out.
Hey, remember when it was a choice?
It was a choice.
Self-serve or full serve?
Full serve.
Like, get out the car.
Yeah, that was it.
Get out the car, man. Well, good thing, man. Today, I know we've been kind of rambling. I'm gonna let you know. I kind of got a free flow thing.
And that's what we like.
Because you know, my man be having notes. Like, bro, I've been doing this for years. I don't do no notes. Just talk to folks.
Willie O don't either. Willie O don't do notes either.
Look. My handle on Instagram and Twitter is Money Mom Talks. Cause that's what I do. I've interviewed a lot of folks, celebrities and people, but I basically just talk. So hey,
so he gonna ask
this. What I love to do. So I'm ready.
Look, Corey. This is how I usually start the interview. So what's up?
What's up now?
What's up?
What's happening with you?
What's happening?
What's happening with you?
And, you know, we go from there. But we were supposed to get into what we call the corporate hustle classroom. Mm-hmm. And I will give the scripture that we were going to talk about. Okay. Because time is running. Okay. So we won't go into none of the sound effects and all that stuff. But we are in Colossians 3 in the 23rd verse. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as the Lord and not unto men. So that was our verse for today, which we're gonna go into now. I'm gonna put that out there. But that's what I'm saying. So, but in the spirit of that, I would just like to say, you know, to me, I interpret that as meaning, you know, you do things heartily unto the Lord and not unto men. So, you know, you put your heart into it. And kind of like you said, you kind of can't worry about what people say. Because if I make it about men or the other people, I'm going to cater to what your likes are or or if you to make you like me or not dislike me. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm doing it unto the Lord, I'm doing it regardless of whom or what.
That's right.
You can take it or leave it. You can, you know, you can get on about that. But that's my word on that. On I'm at least throw that in there, even though we didn't get a go chance into it. But you can. Yeah. But I will throw that to you guys if that's where we are. Now we are waiting on a live call in from my man from the Puerto Rican thing. So I am trying to leave a little room for that. But look like we're gonna do. What we'll do is we'll take a small little break. And we'll be right back with HawgLife and Corey the Coach on Corporate Hustle. Back with the Corporate Hustle, you know we all about the hustle around here. And, of course, we hustling up this hour. It's almost 1 o'clock already. Time flies when you're having fun.
No doubt.
Having a good time, man.
And, you know, it was really great speaking with you guys. I got the HawgLife on the line. Give everybody how they can check out your podcast, get any information for the people to know about HawgLife.
Oh man, you can check us out on YouTube, man. We got a YouTube page with the HawgLife podcast. Type in the HawgLife, HAWG Life podcast, and you can also catch us on Facebook.
Okay.
On Facebook, we got a page on Facebook. Same thing. Type in the HawgLife podcast, and you'll see us pop up. Also, when we do our podcast, we always send it on Facebook Live, so you can catch us on Facebook Live.
Okay, so
starting May the 4th, season 2.
Season 2,
May the 4th.
We have an artist coming by the name of Sandra
Strong.
And she is a ball of fire. We can't wait, man.
She's a singer or something?
She's an artist.
Oh, a visual artist.
She's a painter.
Oh,
She does
really?
Visual artist, yeah.
And she's a school teacher.
Okay.
So, yeah, she is somebody, and she has the personality of gold. And we can't wait to have her on, man.
So y'all gonna have her, and y'all podcast live.
It's
so.
live.
We live.
So it's one shot, one done. So
Okay, cool. So they know how to get the HawgLife. And of course, one more time, Corey the Coach, give them your information before we get out of here.
Hey, call me. 501-487-1842. You gotta stop all this texting. Let's have a conversation.
Call me. My phone got a speaker and a microphone.
Exactly.
I like to talk. Okay, all right, it's all good. Well, we were looking to get with my main man, Mr. Versatile from the Puerto Rican meet and greet. You could just meet him down there. Go on down to the River Market, check him out. Get you something, you know what I'm saying, get you some culture and hang out with my man, Mr. Versatile, at the Puerto Rican meet and greet. And we can meet and greet right here next Saturday, 12 noon on 105.5 for the Corporate Hustle. And we see you next week. We out.
Peace.
Oh, Lord. We're running.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
It is the most dangerous podcast in the A-State, the coldest podcast in the A-State. You are chilling with your best friends from the West End. It is the shocking one, Big Rob the Shocker. He is
Willio, the genius. That's right. You are tuned in to the #1 podcast in the A-State, the most dangerous podcast in the state of Arkansas, the HawgLife, baby.
Willio, what's that question you got for him?
Are you about that life?
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 It's the HawgLife, baby.